Hello and welcome to the part 78 of the Arduboy dev stream. And today we will, well, I will first show you a lot of bug fix and optimization that I've done outside of the stream. And then we will add the support for the special flag of the boulder in the editor. So I think, I spent a whole day just to go through the whole code and try different optimization and try to see where I can optimize here and there. And also I try to fix the various bugs that I met, some nasty one, some bugs also due to optimization. So, but first, let's show you the big commit that I've done just after the last video. So in the last video, we have implemented the explosion, the dynamite that can move the boulder on one side or the other. And we didn't commit this code, but I committed later. I made some small fix and then I committed. So it's a quite big commit actually. So let's look at it. Okay, so in the boulder first, I just move the is falling flag here because I want to reuse it also here in the check lethal beside. If I'm not rolling and I'm not falling, then I check if there is some explosion beside me, and if yes, then I start rolling. As simple as that. The boulder is not destroyable, but it can start to roll. So this flag also moved here, and here that's a bug. That's a bug I fix. Wall check x need to be a int because it's the x, it's a coordinate. So before it was a char, and it was not working when I used the boulder far away past 255. So that was just a bug that I spent some time to find. Alright, in the header file, basically just initialize this. In the I move the profiling macro to make it easier to enable, disable the profiling and the debug of the serial monitor. I move it into the recorders.h file, which is the base file. So I move the flag here and I create a new one, serial debug here, so it's easier if I just want to enable the serial debug. So it's either this one or profiling needed also. Okay, so then destroyable block. So now destroyable block is directly inheriting from living item, and we have deleted the destroyable item, so this class I've removed it. In the CPP I add a new parameter for checking the lethal dynamite. This function has moved to the item class, and I needed one parameters to, so let's see it, to specify which height I should check for the explosion, because the boulder is higher than the stalagmite or than the destroyable block. So just one parameters, and destroyable block just gives 0. Okay, so here is of course the signature. We also now have a side, a return a side for the check with file dynamite. No side left or right. And okay, the map data change. Oh, this I already showed to you. And okay, I remove, of course, the destroyable item from the project. And the stalagmite also added the parameter 0 here, and this one also leaving item. And we also fixed the image provider in the editor because we have renamed our image for the horizontal spike. Alright, so that was a big commit. Next, what I did, I fixed the computation of the impact of the arrow bullet when fired from the left. So fired from the right was correct, fired from the left, the impact computation was not correct. So let's see. So before it was like this, and then I fix it and maybe optimize it a bit also. So now if the bullet is mirror, then the start is the width minus 1, and end is minus the speed. So it's a bit strange, but let me show you. I need the paint to show you. So basically we have, how can I draw that? We have, okay, that's the bullet width. Okay, so we have x plus the width, and then you have the speed. Okay, so that's when you shoot to the right, but if you shoot to the left, then it is like this. So you have the x here, and you still draw the bullet to the right, so the width becomes here, but the shooting speed is in that direction. Okay, so on the right, the x is on the extremity, then you width plus speed, but when you shoot on the left, the x is in the middle, so you should start from here, x plus w, then n to x minus speed. All right, so if you shoot on the left, the start is x plus w plus the width, and the end is minus the speed. And otherwise, you start from 0, then and the end is the speed plus the width and speed. All right, so and some kind of refactor for a little optimization, just to remove this int, for example. Anyway, try my best here. And yeah, I need it because I noticed that the impact when shooting from the left, on the left is like this for you, was not correct. It increased a little bit the prog name, of course. I also remove that, and I draw the boulder as static collision every time, because actually I wanted to have the bullet hitting hitting a boulder. And the problem is the bullet is, when the bullet is firing, then we erase the bullet in the erase bullet step. We remove the bullet, we write it in black, and then we print it again. So there was the bullet drone, then the boulder drone in the lethal beside. So when the boulder was rolling, and then the bullet ray was making a tunnel inside the boulder, there was no collision detected for the bullet, so the bullet didn't detect the contact with the boulder. So I decided to redraw it anyway, anytime we draw static collision again. I should have added a comment, by the way, here to explain why. Alright, then optimize the arrow bullet after the last code change. Okay, so you have seen the code change, and then I change it again. Okay, so this one is not possible because X on screen is a char, so just remove the code. And alright, yeah, I just removed this function because now this function was used only in one place, which was here. So if you move the code inside the function, then the code is smaller. And yeah, just remove it. Okay, next, bug fix the enemy blocked in the collision on the level. Yeah, so I've done a bad optimization. I don't know why. I've done I removed the E scorpion here, but actually I wanted to make it true for every enemy, not false to for every enemy. So should be true here. That's why one enemy was blocked in the collision. Okay, next, bug fix the memory corruption in draw pixel function. Use drawing outside the screen. Okay, well, this one was nasty. Nasty bug. I had some trouble to find, and finally I found it. It was in the draw pixels here. My Y was outside the height because it's 64, so even if it's and actually it's unsigned, so it can definitely be greater than 64. So better not print and exit. And this one was happening when, well, the bug was like in the last puzzle screen. When I wanted to go back, then the arrow launcher was firing the arrow, but the screen didn't finish to transition, so the arrow was still outside of the screen when the arrow launcher launches arrow. And then, yeah, if arrow is, then this one is overflow the buffer, and then we write something in the memory, and then we corrupt the memory elsewhere, and then some random stuff happen. I think this was here before, and I think I removed it, and because I assume that never happened, but obviously it could happen. And well, this optimization is okay because it's unsigned int, so I can definitely shift instead of dividing. But yeah, this one I think I deleted, and I should not. I didn't look in the history, but that's the kind of optimization. When you optimize, you want to remove codes that you think it's unnecessary, but then you make your code unsafe. Of course, safe code, more code, but yeah, so that's why I don't like optimization. Obviously, it just pushes you to add some bugs into your code that is working perfectly. But I'm trying to save every byte I can, every byte I could save. So Anyway, I think we may try to revisit again because okay, now it's safe again, and I don't crash in this specific situation when I go back in the last puzzle screen. But the problem is now this function is slow again, and now when we draw the full field rectangle, which is calling the draw pixels, then it's too slow, and we are missing one frame. The frame rate is too low, and then the sound again is like dee doo 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 for the dying. So so I would like to remove it again just to be fast enough, and but see if we can move it somewhere else without increasing too much the program. Alright, so what did I do in the map manager? Oh, just nothing, just add a comment. Alright, and then Optim, remove some code in the draw char that was supporting the background color, and we are not using background color in this game. Rename some variable, adjust the formatting. Okay, so okay, just put it on one line, and yeah, so the draw char, I just removed the draw background here, and I just replaced this by this, and that removes some code because I really don't care about the background. I cannot remove the background here, I think, because the Arduboy core is using this function. And here I just rename, so like S row, like rename buffer row. I rename and also move this by just increasing this, which is more or less the same, but you have one less variable before you add S row and B row. S row, I think S row means start row, S like start. Come on, you can write start row. It's not my code, huh? I just copy paste from the Arduboy library. You can write start row, right? And B row for buffer row. So it would be easier to make buffer row equals start row plus A. So yeah, so I just remove the start row and just write buffer row and then just increase it here. I don't know if it's safe that many, maybe 1 byte, maybe it's 1 byte or 2, I don't know. But anyway, I feel it more clear like that. All right. What else then? Optim, replace the draw fast V line by the draw HV line in the field rec in order to delete the draw fast V line. So yeah, the field rect was just iterating on all the horizontal line and call on all the vertical line and call the horizontal line or whatever, and I just change it, draw fast vertical to horizontal. Why? Because draw fast horizontal line is used to draw the bullet, so I use this function, but this function I don't use it in the code in the game, except that it was used in the field rec. So if I just change it, switch it, I can delete it. So it's a bit less code and it's just reusing the other function. And I think that it's the same if you iterate on one line, or if you iterate on a column or on line. I think it's probably the same speed. And that saves some code. That saves some bytes here. Yeah. So this one was removed. And what else? A bug fix the bug that allow rig to fall and walk on lethal pixel. Oh yeah, so we had that in our README file, if you remember, I wanted to fix walk on spike. So actually, if you walk and fall on the spike or on the stalagmite, then you don't die. And then maybe if you walk later, you fall and die. So I try to search. I think I fixed it. I think I understand the problem. The problem was I was to check the lethal condition. I was checking. We were drawing Rick on screen and see if any pixel of Rick is colliding with any pixels of the buffer, which was but let me open Rick. Yeah, so if you look at the Rick sprite, when we are falling, we are using this sprite here, and you can see that here it has the foot, so it's like his 2 feet are extended like that, and that means here there is no pixel in this line, and that means if the spike appear here, then when you draw this sprite here, you may not collide with the spike, so you may have the spike here, so you may not collide with the spike, but then later I'm checking also the static collision, and I'm checking the static collision on this line, because that's the last line, and this, yeah, I can detect the spike. So no lethal collision was detected, but then later when I check static collision, I say, oh yeah, there is static under me, so stop falling. So yeah, I think that was the bug. If you let me show you something else. So if you look at the main manager update, we were first checking the lethal collision, okay, in the after drawing the lethal beside the lethal, we check the lethal. After we draw the enemies, we check the lethal again, and then after that we draw the static collision and we check the static collision. So yeah, so in this case here, lethal was not no collision with lethal was detected, and then here I check the wall line for static collision and I detect the spike. Alright, so what I've done then is made a special case for the fall. So in the check lethal collision, if we are falling, then I also check a white pixel row, check white pixel in row, and I give the same parameters as the parameters I use for detecting the static collision later. So this way I can check the wall green line, and then I can die. Yeah, I think that's the fix. This fix told me quite a lot of byte. I was unhappy about that. Come on, it's just few line of codes, but it was really necessary. This was really an annoying bug. It's so it had to be fixed. But I hope it could be smaller to fix. Anyway, and also together with this fix, I had to add this also because this could be called when Rick is going outside of the screen. We are always checking under the screen, So Y can be outside of the screen, and of course if it's outside, then no collision. Otherwise it was reading some random memory, because we are outside of the buffer, overflowing the buffer. We're reading some random memory, and yeah, maybe collision, maybe not. I didn't check the X though. We could also check if X was less than the width. I thought, okay, let's probably that's fine. That's probably a minor bug. And the next commit is another optim, save the size of the enemy in a variable to remove code. Yeah, I've just checked. I was wondering if I remove these two function and replace by two char, does it save some code? Because okay, that's two char, and we have maximum, let's say, 4 instances of enemies in the game. In one level, you don't have more than 4 enemies, so it's 4 times 2 byte. It's 8 byte. Okay, this will take 8 bytes. But does the code save by removing that is smaller than 8 byte? Is it smaller? And yes, it is. It seems that it is. So every time I use get width, get height, I just use the variable, and the variable are set in the response. They don't need to change. It's only depends on the type of the enemies. So I just move these two here, and that's it. All right, and I think that's it for the change. So yeah, one thing I wanted to try was the draw pixel. So I want to because now this function is too slow. I mean, the field rec function is too slow. So I wanted to check where the draw pixel is called actually, and it's not called from many places. So okay, that's the definition. That's the one we may want to optimize. And this one, so it's from fast h line. Okay, this one is commented. It's the draw char, and this one. So the draw char, this one is pretty safe. We are not trying to draw any character outside of the screen. I think that never happened. Like in the menu, in the end screen, everything is safe. Everything is inside the screen. So we can clearly not add any code here and just remove from the draw line, from the draw pixel here. But we should. This one is not safe. So that was the bug when I draw the arrow outside of the screen while the screen is changing. So this one I want to add the test here, basically. So if the Y is outside of the screen, I just don't need to draw anything actually. And what else? So that's the definition, and then we call it here also in the stalagmite for the drop. And so we are also use the drop Y to know if we need to draw the sparks. So I think we can just add a test here to check if it's safe. The screen x plus drop X is probably safe. The drop Y may not if the screen is moving this way. Yeah, I may have some drop while scrolling this one. So we probably need to, it would be safer to check both. Screen X. Okay, so where is defined the drop X, by the way? It's I think inside the class. Stalagmite. That's destroyable. Yeah, it's here. It's unsigned. Okay. It's 5 or 1. Okay. But when we shift, this could be outside. So I think I can reuse this one. This is just a local variable, right? Yes. Okay. And so I can modify it inside this if. I think it's a local variable, so let's do it this plus drop X, and that means here we don't need to increase it here. And then we can check. So basically I just want the same check as this one. So if screen X less than width and drop Y less than height, then I can draw the pixels. All right, so that should be safe. And by the way, I think by adding it here we may also save some code. We'll see if the optimization work. You know, I've tried some optimization that I thought will reduce the code, and then after compiling, no, it's bigger. I was like, oh really? By the way, I make a research on all the int declared in the code, and I think I have checked all of them, and I think I cannot remove one int to a char. Okay, check if pixel is inside the screen to avoid patching the memory. So if y and then x I should be test the end. Okay. So we'll compute the end and draw all the pixels of the line. So if the end is greater than width, I don't even try to draw half of it, like I could clamp it, but that's okay. To draw fast line is mainly for the bullets and also the field rec, but I think the field rec is inside the screen. So yeah, so okay. Okay, so let's compile and see how much it is. We are at 27,942. Let's cross finger. 27,930. It's smaller, and normally we should get our frame rate back, which is good. 27,930. It's like 12 bytes. Okay, let's try. I didn't expect to be smaller. I just wanted to not be too much bigger, but mainly I wanted to get back a good frame rate. So the camera is dead. Yeah, my sound is correct, but I don't draw any. That's why I don't draw the field rec is totally skipped. Okay. X plus W. I think and is strict here, so I just y I don't want to be equal, but and yeah, and can be greater than width, because we will if it's width it's okay from a to x to less than 128, for example, that's okay. And but for y, since we give it directly, cannot be 64. Okay. Let's try again. Ah, I found back my, and I guess you can hear the sound. So, yeah, I think we get back the frame rate, which yeah, which was my goal. All right, so let's commit this, and then we move to the editor. Commit full screen. All right, so I didn't check the stalagmite. I can quickly check before committing. So we move the drop. We add the drop X to the screen X because we, yeah, just want to use it here and here, and add the check, and this. Remove that check and put the check here. Okay. Let me double check the check. If screen is less than width, strictly less than height, I can draw pixels. Yeah. And yeah, and they are unsigned char, I think. Are they unsigned char? Oh no, they are not. We should check more here. It could be, if we scroll in one direction, it could be negative. Drop Y can also be negative, so we need to test everything. Okay, let's change the check again in the stalagmite. Greater than 0, less than width, and greater than 0, less than height. Oh, it's equal. Yep, I can have equal. All right, let's compile. Maybe it's bigger. 27,934. Okay, it was 42 before, so we lost 4 bytes, but yeah, we're still smaller. Okay, let's check the stalagmite before committing. So because of my change of the falling on the spike and not dying, it's much more difficult to jump on the boulder like this, because now you cannot jump on the boulder when it's still rolling. It really has to stop when you land on it, otherwise you die. So the time frame for jumping on it, it's smaller, which I like, which I enjoy. Okay, drop seems to be okay. And as you see, now I cannot fall on the spike. And that's, by the way, that's the same here. Before I could fall on this spike, and now it's not possible. Okay. Let's commit this. Okay. So it's another optim. Move the check of coordinate inside the screen, outside the draw pixel function. Okay. Yeah, I don't really like to have that code because it's really the end of the project where I'm doing optimization and I do some shortcuts. So again, the code is less safe. It's not a safe code, but if we can have more frame rate, or if we can have less program, so yeah, of course I want to do it. All right, so now what I need is a new button. Here I think I want a new button here to tell that this should be exported with the special flag or not. That could be a generic button. I maybe this one is. Oh, that's a bad tooltip. I forgot this one is probably checking the flag, also the special flag for the respawn. So I don't know, maybe could be reused, or maybe we should make another button. I don't know. Yeah, it could be a generic button, like a special button. Let's see the code, because I've kind of forget. Okay, so it's the toolbar event, respawn point check type, is normal, start, or normal. And I think this one is, yeah, it's a very specific or a very specific variable, but here, okay, for the image here, and let's see when we export it. If respawn type equals start, get buzzer screen code from game world code. Okay. Set the first respawn type. response list 0. That's when we load it. Okay, that's for loading. But when I export it, is there any... Yeah, probably I don't need it when I export it. Let's see here. Map data. So memorize checkpoint. Yeah, there's nothing special actually. Okay, just a minute, sorry. Okay, so it's only something for the editor. I probably want to reuse that button, because the idea also in the boulder is I can change the color of the boulder, or yeah, when you click it. So this button becomes like changing the type. So let's try the functionality first. So let's first we check we have a selected item, then if the type is rig, we do that. Otherwise, if the type is boulder, then I will probably need to redraw the level anyway. Then is special. Do we have is special? I don't have the is special. Okay. So we will switch the is special flag. And so we have the is mirror, and we need the is special. Oh, I suspect I will create some bugs. I don't know why. Yeah, normally the other type cannot be set, like if you change the special flag on an enemy, it changed the type of the enemy, but I don't want to have that in the editor. That would be strange. So that's why here we are checking that this is only possible for the boulder, or maybe other type after that. I need a get also, a set also. And I think I need to update the sprite also if the set change. Okay. And then in the update sprite for the boulder, mirror and special. Is mirror, bool is special. So if it's special, maybe I can just change the color. So that's the shadow. So the color, where is the color? Here. So it's float. Okay. Red 0.8. Green 0.5. And blue 0.35. So I can make it darker, like 0.6. So remove 2, like 0.3 and 15. Okay, and then we can just give that red, green, blue. The special flag will change the color. Create the sprite. Okay. So our image is updated. I think I need something here, so false. Okay. And then I need to export it. But just let's try to switch. So if I click this button, yeah. Oh, it could be even darker. Okay. Let's make it darker. All right. 5205. So I think I will need to change this icon in the toolbar. Okay. To make it more generic and not just the button for the checkpoint. I may use I don't know, maybe a little star to this is special. Let's see. I will do that outside of the video, don't worry. Okay, so now let's export this flag. I guess it's in the item class where we write the init function, which is here, right init, for the boulder. If it's special, then add the special flag. Okay, and then I need to also load it. Let's just test it for now. Special save, and let's see. Okay, so we have trap trigger alive, mirror X special. Okay, so it should work, but let's write the loading. Let's write the loading now. I think it's in the map. Load. Here, so we have special. Yeah, so this function if it's special, blah blah blah, then get instance type from name if it's special. Okay, so it's not what I want. It's the add item, so type mirror. Okay, so I also need to give the special flag to the add item, I think. Yeah. Special is mirror is special. Let's go to the constructor of the item. Is mirror is special, and then we can is special equal is special, and fix the call. So picture box. So when we create a new one, we don't want to be special, and here I need to give this flag is special, and here for Rick. Okay. All right, let's try. Let's open it, and yeah, we have our boulder, which is special here and not special there. Okay, let's try on Arduboy. I will fix the camera. Sorry, I move it. Okay. Oh, no, wait, sorry. Okay. All right, so it stopped. Good. And then I can make it roll. Okay. Cool. Let's commit this. So add the support of the of setting the special flag for the boulder in the editor. So I don't want to save our map data. Let's just test. Let's revert it. In the image provider, we add a new flag. In the item, we have a new property, special. We set it in the constructor. And here we export it. And the main form, depending on which type of item we are is selected. When we click on the toolbar, we perform different option. This is the add item from the toolbar, and this is the add item. All right. All right, so what can we do now? Again, I don't want to do a level design because I still want to make some surprise to you. Let's check our to-do list. I think I forgot to delete this. The max updatable item count could be computed in editor. Yeah, that's true. However, I still don't want to do it. I'm not sure. But we should add like 5 pellet plus 5 dynamite, which are not in the editor, and then all the item in the one level screen. The max, we can count in each level screen how many item maximum we have, and then we can add 10, and that will be this variable. But I think it's not very urgent and doesn't save a lot of memory. We have the undo redo features in the editor. We have was not very successful when we tried. This I will probably not do it. So we only have undo redo. And it's 1 hour 11 minutes. So I don't know if I should start undo redo or if I should stop the stream here. Let me think. What else? I think I may stop the stream here. It's a short video. But I think starting with the undo redo is it's a bit long to do, so maybe we should not do that. Alright, so I think that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and in the next video, I think we can continue to improve a little bit the editor, add some more features like this, and outside of the video I will continue the level design, but I will not show you. If I found some other bugs or optimization I can do while doing the level design, then I can do it with you. Otherwise, I will just finish the level editor, and in the end we will try to pack the whole game with the tool for the game to be easily downloadable. Alright, so thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.